In Wisconsin, there are two basic types of trust. The first one is a living trust, in which the individual creates that trust while they're still living. Hi everyone, I'm attorney Jacob Birenbaum from Hawley, Kaufman Kautzer, and this is a mini-series about estate planning, wills, and other advanced directive documents. But first, make sure to subscribe to this channel and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. In Wisconsin, there are two basic types of trusts. The first one is a living trust, in which the individual creates that trust while they're still living. The other type of trust is what's called a testamentary trust, and that is activated when the person passes away. It's called testamentary trust because it is put into the individual's last will and testament. The most basic kind of living trust is called a revocable trust, and the biggest thing about this kind of trust is in its name, and that is that it is revocable. So an individual can create the trust and later decide that it is not necessary or modify the terms of that trust. The revocable trust is often used to avoid probate, but it does not protect assets necessarily from creditors or other claims against that individual. A commonly used revocable trust is a marital trust, which affords a certain ease of transition from one spouse when they pass to their surviving spouse. The other basic kind of trust is called a testamentary trust, and this type of trust is put into the will and used usually for individuals who have minor children. So if both parents were to pass before their children were adults, a trust for minor children would be created to make sure that those children's inheritance is protected, but also that they're provided for financially. Another type of testamentary trust is what's called a special needs trust, and that's used for individuals who have disabilities that receive government assistance. The special needs trust will protect the inheritance while also continuing to make that individual eligible for special kinds of benefits. Another commonly used type of trust is called a spendthrift trust. The spendthrift trust will prevent that individual who benefits from the trust from selling or promising away their assets. Typically, it's used for an individual or an heir who may be reckless with their spending and their parents or their loved ones want to protect the assets. The last kind of trust used in Wisconsin is called irrevocable trust. Now, just the opposite of a revocable trust, it is irrevocable. It's put in place and it's very difficult, if not impossible, to make those changes to it. So if you enter into a revocable trust, it's very important that you are aware of the consequences of that and all the implications that go into creating that revocable trust. Prior to creating a trust, whether it's irrevocable or type of revocable trust, it's very important that you have a clear understanding of what your assets are and the consequences of each type of estate planning. There are many thoughts and considerations that go into creating types of estate planning like wills or trusts. So it's very important that you think through those decisions very carefully. I hope you found this mini-series helpful, and if you have more questions, please don't hesitate to contact us, but make sure to follow this page and check out our other videos.